Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. If you're catching this part of the live, you're catching the replay, so make sure to hashtag replay for me in the comment section below so that I know that you've seen this and I can come in and say hi. Excuse all this. I did 90-second makeup. Hi, Christy. Your live was so good. Great job and welcome to the family. I'm pretty sure you guys that I have food poisoning. Hi, Fisher. So I just did this quick 90-second look, which is crazy because all that I'm wearing is our perfecting powder, which is my absolute favorite powder. The light's kind of weird, but perfecting powder, some blush, our new mascara, and not that one. I'm wearing the fuchsia bullet lipstick, which I have no idea where I put it now. Oh, it's right here. This one. That's it. Look how pretty it is. So pretty. Well, and 227 lip liner. But that's it. That's all I'm wearing today. I tried to do our brow gel and it was not my friend. So I didn't do it. Hi, Brandy. Thank you. It's in my colors. It's in my color wheel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you guys. So I asked you guys to send me selfies with you and 20 pennies. 20 pennies is what I wanted the selfies, and I'm going to tell you why I did that and kind of what it's about, okay? So I have been reading a book called Go for No. The authors are Andrea Waltz and Richard Fenton. It's a fantastic book. I haven't read it all yet. I'm still reading it currently. But in the middle of reading this, I've started to look online and look at trainings and different people that follow this in network marketing. Eric Worre trains on this. So many people in our industry. If you've been in this industry for any amount of time, you've probably heard this before. The Go for No. I am not creating this. This is not my brilliant mind doing this. I'm literally just recreating the wheel and duplicating it and passing it on to you guys from what I've learned from somebody else, okay? And I'm just adding a little bit of our own twist to it. So a lot of times you guys in this industry, right? And I was talking to someone about this today about how they're afraid to hear no, right? Hi, Cheryl. They don't want to hear no. They don't want to be rejected. They don't want to have to go through that feeling of someone doesn't want to be with me or to do what I ask them to or to follow me or to join this business with me or whatever the case may be, right? When someone tells you no, a lot of times we take it super personally, right? Like raise your hand if you've taken it personally before when someone's told you no or someone's rejected you. 5,000 out of 50,000 of the pumpkin sets are left. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Haven't sold. I misread that. Message popped down. So there's still lots available for those. Anyway, so for me personally, you guys, and I'm going to get a little bit personal here, just so that you can understand that you're not alone in that fear of rejection. I have that same fear. Hi, Amanda. Thank you, Cheryl. So for those of you that don't know me personally or don't know my personal story, I was adopted by my dad, and I met my biological father when I was 16, almost 17, and so I had felt that rejection, right, from my biological father for the rest of my whole life, right? When I found out, I felt that rejection my whole life. And then when I came back from meeting him, my dad that raised me, it told me I couldn't come home. Whatever I had in my suitcase is all I could have. And so once again, I felt that rejection from my father, right? Didn't talk to him for 2 years. And we still have like a really rocky relationship, right? So that fear of rejection and not wanting to hear no, not wanting someone to not, be around me or be with me, right? Turn it on. Hi, Jinjin. So it's okay to have that fear. Crap that we go through in our lives instills that in us, right? It instills to not want to feel that. We don't want to hear no. We don't want to go through that rejection. In anything that we do, you guys, we don't want to hear no. And I find myself sometimes even doing it with my kid. Like, hey, I need you to do this? And him saying no, right? Like, I don't want to displease my child. I also don't want them to be spoiled brats. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But not wanting to hear that no is my whole point in all of this, that it's a fear for everyone. Okay. And sometimes I even struggle telling people no because I don't want them to feel that feeling, right? So this is going to be what we're going to do. I'm getting to the point now. Yes, Brandy. So we are going to have a team goal, and this is where the pennies come in. And I have a whole, you guys get your notes ready because I have a whole 3 pages here of this training that we're about to do, okay? You're not going to do this alone. We're all going to do this together, including myself, because I'm learning right alongside you guys, okay? If anything, I have the biggest fear of rejection. So I'm doing this with you too, okay? So our goal, you guys, is going to be to get 20 no's a week. And this is where your pennies come in, because I'm a visual and I want to have fun with it. So you're going to start out with 20 pennies in your hand, in your pocket, in your baggie, wherever you're keeping your pennies, okay? And each time that you get a no, you're going to take a penny out of whatever you're holding, so you can see visually how you're getting rid of those pennies, okay? You're emptying your pennies. That's what this whole thing is going to be about. Now, 20 no's, before you freak out on me, you guys, 20 no's is just roughly 3 a day. That's it. That means you're contacting potentially 3 people a day hoping for a no. Like, come on, raise your hand. Do we not all have time to at least reach out to 3 people? We should all have time. You should have time whether you're sitting on the pot peeing, whether you're, I don't know, sitting on your couch about to watch a show and it's a commercial, you're about to do laundry, whatever the case may be, you can find time to reach out to 3 people a day, minimum, okay? And then by the time we get done at the end of the month, that's going to be about roughly 80 no's this month, okay? Now, what's cool about this, you guys, is not only is this going to change our mindset, right? We're no longer going to be afraid of that no, because we're striving to get the no. That's the whole point in this. We want to hear no. I know, Jen. I know, phone's in the bathroom, but you know that everybody, even if I'm oh my God, Ben, get off of here. Go away. Ben just texted me. He's like, even if I'm sitting on the toilet peeing, rude. Anyway, so yeah, phones and toilet. I know, Jen, but you know that everyone does it. So, anyway, now I got all distracted. I have to go back to what I was thinking. Okay, whatever. So we're going to try to get 80 no's this month, all right? We're going to strive to make no our favorite word. And you guys remind me, Ben, whatever. You guys, tell me this. We're going to get distracted for a minute here. Do your husbands, does it take them 45 minutes to take a poop? Or is that just mine? Because this man will sit on his throne for a solid 45 minutes. Like, where is that poop coming from? Did you have to go find the poop, ingest the poop, and then get the poop out? Like, I don't understand. I don't have that kind of time. I don't want to sit there for 45 minutes. Do your legs not go numb? Like, that's my question. Do your legs not go numb? Right? Like, I mean, you have to have the toilet ring around your butt at that point, right? It takes you that long? Amanda. I swear. And you know dang well they're in there just reading up on their sports. Anyway, okay, so this is what I want you guys to, let's talk about this first. And if you're taking notes, this would be the time I want you to write this question down. When you hear the word no, what does that mean to you, right? Like, how do you respond currently to the word no? And I want you to write that down, how you respond to it. Love you too, babe. How you respond to it. That way, when we're done with all of this, you will know. You'll be able to see, you'll be able to physically see how in this moment right now, how you felt and how you react to the word no currently, and how that's going to change come the end of the month, right? The whole goal here, the whole idea, the whole plan is to change our reaction, is to change our feelings towards the word no. Okay. So what I want you to do, I want you to write down how you respond to it internally in your mind, and how you respond to it externally in your actions. So internally would be like, like the angel and the devil on your shoulder. So the devil on your shoulder constantly telling you, putting you down, belittling you, telling you that you'll never hear a yes, you'll never be successful at this. All those negative, bad devil on your shoulder things, that's going to be your internal reaction, right? Your external would be, do you just give up? Once you hear no, like, are you done? You don't want to reach out to anybody else ever again? Well, how do you react to it externally? Do you get angry? Do you get frustrated? Do you get upset? Like, what is your external reaction to it? Hi, Melinda. So your relationship with the word no, you guys, is going to determine your long-term success. And that's why we want to change it, because every single person here has the physical ability to be successful in this business. Every single person can be successful in this business. And if we change our relationship and our reaction with the word no, that's only going to help our long-term success. It's only going to make us better business people. And it's going to help us be able to continue to go after and reach out to more and more people. So there's this story in the book that I'm telling you guys about that I'm reading. And again, I'll take a picture or I'll post a link of the book. I got it off Amazon. It's like $13. So I'll post a link after this. But in this book, and I'm reading off my notes so that keeps me, because I have ADD, so it keeps me focused. But in this book, this man in the book, he worked for a retail store. He was selling like business suits, men's clothing, okay? And the bigwig was coming to visit his specific store, and his dad was a big seller, like a big time seller. And he tried to work for his dad, and he found that he was not a successful seller. He wasn't good at it like his dad was. So then he changed, right? He completely left his dad, went away, moved away, and wanted to do his own thing. And he found that he actually ended up back up in selling. That's where he ended back up, but he still wasn't that great at it. So the bigwig was coming to visit, and he really wanted to impress this man. If I can just impress, my boss, if I can just impress him and show him that I can do this, then maybe I won't be so bad on myself, right? So the bigwig comes in, first customer of the day comes in. He's like, I need a whole new wardrobe. What do you have? And the man ended up selling him $1,200 worth of clothes. $1,200. That's a big sale, right? So he's so excited and, goes through about his day, and the boss never says anything to him. Well, then later on he comes to him and he elbows him and he's like, hey, great sell this morning, kid. The guy's so excited, right? He finally got the reaction, got the recognition that he was looking for. And his boss turns him and he asks him, he says, hey, can I ask you though, how much did he spend? So he tells him. He's like, what did he say no to? He asked him, what did he say no to? And the man sat there for a second and he's like, he didn't say no to anything. Everything I showed him, he didn't say no to anything. And what's crazy about this, you guys, is this man, the customer, had already spent $1,200. And in the sales rep's mind, no one is going to spend more than that at one time on clothing. So he had a mental number in his mind already, a mental budget that no one else would spend more than that, right? So once he reached that mental budget, he didn't ask him about anything else. He didn't offer him anything else. So how are you to know that your customers or that people that are interested are done if you don't continue to ask them? If someone comes to you and they're like, hey, I need some primer and a foundation. Awesome. Let me get that for you. Do you also need a powder? Yeah, sure, that sounds great. Perfect. What about our 3-in-1 palette? So you can contour, blush, and highlight all at the same time. Keep asking them things until they tell you no. Who are we to tell them, or who are we to make up in our minds that our mental budget and what I would spend at one setting or at one time is someone else's mental budget, right? Or someone else's budget and what they're going to spend at one time. We don't know that until we continue to ask. But here's the thing. Someone comes to you, right? And they're like, hey, I need a primer and a foundation. You're like, yes, perfect. This is a yes. If I ask them anything more, it's going to potentially be a no. And because we're afraid of that rejection, we're afraid to hear no, we don't ask them. We don't upsell. We don't ask them anything because we don't want to hear the no, right? So if we can switch our mindset, start liking the word no, can you imagine how much better we could take care of our customers' needs that we didn't even know, right, that they had? Are the no's we are supposed to be working to get specific to recruiting? No. And I'm going to get into that. I have, like I said, a ton of notes. I'll jump ahead to answer your question though, Jen. The no's that we're getting, you guys, they do not have to be business related. The whole point in me wanting to do this with you guys is so that we can get comfortable and more confident in hearing the word no. And if it takes us to get more confident in hearing the word no by asking a more non-threatening situation, then that's what we're going to do. And a good example I have written down somewhere in here is getting Cooper super picky. So one of my no's might be trying to ask him to try like a vegetable, or kid hates mashed potatoes, I might ask him to take a bite of mashed potatoes, and I'm going to try to get him to say, right, he's going to say no. That could be one of my no's. But no, it does not have to be business related. It doesn't have to be recruiting related. I do have a few ideas for business no's, but it doesn't have to be. That's not the point here. I just want you guys to be confident in hearing no, okay? So going back to that story, stop fearing no, we talked about that. Okay, so there are two strategies typically for reaching success. And the one that we are all familiar with usually, which is considered the old model, is there's you in the middle, okay? So let's say here's you in the middle, and on this side of you is failure. And then on this side of you is success. So a lot of people think that you either fail or you succeed. There is no in between. You're in the middle, and you're either on the right side or you're on the left side. You're either on the failure side or you're on the success side. There's no in between, and that is wrong, you guys. So the new model and how we need to think and how we need to trick our minds and continue to go down this positive path is that it starts with you. And in order to get to success, you have to go through failure. You have to strive and want to fail to reach that success. Because how do you get better if you don't fail? If you're constantly winning, are you really getting better? Or are you just staying stationary with where you're at currently, right? So failure, rejection, and no's, these are the pathway and the way that you grow and get to success. So they're the stepping stone to get to success, right? Failures, no's, rejection, all of those things, we need to hear those things. We have to overcome those things because those are the stepping stones to get us to success, right? We have to know, we have to hear all of those things so that we can work past them. So here's the thing too, you have to start out each month versus, and I did this already, you guys, and I did it for a reason. I had all, especially my front lines, I had all of you guys send me your goals. We had the cute little pumpkins on the graphic, and I had you send me your recruiting goal, your PV goal, your GV goal, and what your rank was. I had you send me all 4 of those goals, right? And I don't care about those goals. I care in the sense that that's where your mind is for the end of the month. But what I want you to think of right now and write on your paper, just like you did with how you react, I want you to think right now, what is my no quota? So the team quota that we're going to do is going to be 20 no's a week, 3 a day, which is going to amount to about 80 a month, okay? And the math is a little wonky, I know, but that's just how we're going to think of it. 20 a week, 3 a day, 80 a month, essentially, okay? Now, if you want to get more than that, if you want to be like, you know what, screw this, I'm going balls blazing, I'm going to get more than 20 no's a week. Trust me, everyone and their dog says no to me. I'm going to get more than 20 no's a week. Go for it, girl. Write down that quota right now. And then at the end of the month, we're going to see how many no's we actually got. And the whole point of this, you guys, as you go further and further and further, you're probably going to find that you're going to get more yeses than you think. Those 20 no's a week are actually going to start to become a little bit more difficult because you're getting so confident and so well at what you're doing. You're going to find that you're going to get more yeses than you are no's, okay? Hi, Kathy. So find your no quota. And then it is, so this is another mental note that I put in here. It is good to have a yes goal, which we already talked about. It is good to have those, but it is crucial to your success to have a no goal. Because if you're not striving for those no's, if you're not trying to reach those no's, then you are hurting yourself. You're single-handedly pulling yourself back, holding yourself back from reaching that success. So we want to make sure that it's crucial to also, have a no goal, okay? All right. So when we shift our focus to no, then the yeses will come automatically, which is kind of what I just talked about. So here we go. How do we accomplish this? Okay. You're all probably thinking, crap, I'm not reaching out to anyone to get a no because I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to say, right? So in this case, usually I have always strived, right? This has always been my main goal to focus on quality over quantity. I would go out there and try to recruit the best of the best of the best, and I would not worry about quantity because, sorry, I got a phone call. And usually that's true. Usually that's the case, right? But in this case, for getting our no's, quantity is going to trump quality, because the focus here, the focus in getting no's, is to reach out to as many people as you can. So the quantity is the number of people that you approach. The quality is how you present it to them, what you say to them, right? So that if the quality of it doesn't need to be perfect. We're just out here trying. We're just talking. We're trying to get a no. So it doesn't have to be perfect. The main goal here is the amount of people that you reach out to receive those no's, okay? So the number of shots you take is way more important than how well you present the shot, all right? So selling is as easy and simple as telling your story to as many people as you can and as fast as you can, right? That's the whole point. You have a story. All of us have a story. We have a why. We have all the things. So get out there and tell it to as many people as you can. And if they reject you, great. Move a penny. Move a penny. Put them over there in that little waiting bucket. Because a no doesn't mean not ever. It just means not right now. Not yet. Not currently. So put them in the waiting bucket, okay? You don't really want to hear, so this would be an example. I wrote down an example to kind of tell you guys. If you do decide to do some of your no's pharmacy business based, you could reach out to someone and say, you don't really want to hear about pharmacy, do you? And then their reply would be like, well, wait, what is pharmacy? Maybe I do, right? Or I don't know, what is pharmacy? And then you would tell them. So that's really not the best way to approach. Typically, if we're going to tell someone about our business, that's not the way we would do it, right? But in this case, we're just trying to ask as many people. And the more confident you get in this, the better your presentation will be, okay? I skipped ahead. See? So you're going to keep trying, let yourself fail, allow yourself to mess up. You will get better naturally. And two, you guys, and I'm not saying that building relationships is not important, because it is. It is the most important. I still want you out there doing your IPAs and building your relationships. And that is why I have an IPA calendar posted for you guys every Sunday night. One is going to post to keep you on track, to make sure that you're still building those relationships while also striving for no. Okay, that's going to be those two together, you guys. You're going to be unstoppable. No one is going to be able to beat you, because you're training your minds to run your business this way. And that cannot be beat. It can't, okay? So something to remember is SW, and this would be a good thing to write down in your notes too. SW. Some will, some won't, so what? And someone is waiting, all right? So SW, some will, some won't, so what? And someone is waiting, okay? That kind of falls into unseen, untold, unsold, right? If you're not seeing people, you're not telling them your story, then you're not selling them on anything. If you're not finding someone and telling them about this opportunity, then they're never going to join you. If you're not finding someone and you're not telling them about our amazing new mascara, then they're never going to buy it, right? I mean, it needs to come to a point where you're just telling everybody on a personal level, telling them about it. This doesn't mean your Facebook posts, your social media posts. This is one-on-one conversations of you telling them your story, you telling them about a product. You don't need mascara that's going to make your eyelashes grow crazy, do you? You don't need mascara that is not only going to lengthen volume, but it's also super healthy for your lashes and it's going to help them grow. Do you? How are we going to get those no's, right? So, no, well, I already said this. No really just means not yet. It doesn't mean not ever. So just remember that, okay? These are some facts too, which I found super interesting. Thanks, Brandy. So some facts. I'm a fact person, you guys. So did you know this was like a bomb in my brain, okay? 44% of people, okay, people like us, people like you and me, 44% of people give up after they hear one no. They never try again. They'll post on their social media, but they never reach out and try again. 44%, all right? 22% of people give up after 2 no's. So they've heard no twice and they give up. They're done, all right? 14% of people give up after 3 no's. 12% of people give up after 4 no's, all right? That means that 92% of people give up before getting a 5th no. So at 4 no's, 92% of people are done. And remember, we're going for 20 a week. 20, all right? That's going to put you in the 8% that continue and strive for those no's. And this is why, ready for the bomb? 60% of customers, 60% of customers say no 4 times before finally saying yes. So 92% of sellers give up before they're even given the opportunity to get a yes. Is that not mind-blowing to you? Because for me, when I found those statistics, I was like, whoa. And I fact-checked it too. And this is not just one article. This is everywhere, you guys. This has been tested. There is data that backs this up. 92% of people give up before even hearing a yes, before even allowing that customer to say yes. They give up. We're not going to do that, okay? We're going to be in the 8%. We're going to strive to continue to be in that 8%, to continue to go after those no's so that we can hear a yes, so that we finally have yeses, right? But our mind is not focused on the yeses. We're focused on the no's, okay? So we have to be willing to want and enjoy failing. We have to change our mindset to strive and want the no. There was a story too. So another story, okay? I know, isn't that crazy? The same in this book, right? Another story time. Because this is another thing that made me like, oh, that makes sense. So this man, he's a pretty heavier man, okay? And he is getting on an airplane, obviously pre-COVID. He's getting on an airplane and he gets to his seat and he's in the middle seat. And on each side of him are 2 fairly other large men. So they're going to be like elbow to elbow. You know how little airplane seats are, right? They're going to be elbow to elbow in this little tiny airplane seat. So he's preparing himself for 4 hours of just uncomfortableness, right? And he was trying to get 10 no's a day and he had only gotten 9 no's. So he in his mind was already thinking, all right, when I get home, when I get off the plane, I need to reach out to so-and-so and try to get a no from them, or reach out to so-and-so and try to get a no from them. He was already trying to get that 10th no, right? And again, it doesn't have to be about business. We're just striving to get the no's. Well, on his way to his seat, he noticed that there was a front class seat empty. Just one front class seat empty. So he's sitting uncomfortable between these 2 large men and he goes, in his head, he's like, there's no way. There's no way they're going to allow me to move to front class for free. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to worry about it. And then he thought, and he's like, man, I really do need another no though. And I don't really want to work when I get home. So here comes the flight attendant. She comes back and he's like, ma'am, you can tell, like, we're really uncomfortable. We're 3 pretty large men. I noticed there was an empty seat available in first class. Can I go ahead and move? And she told him yes. She allowed him to move. The seat was empty. She allowed him to move. So he moved all the way up to first class, enjoyed his free alcoholic beverage that he never had to pay for, all because he asked, because he still wanted a no, which he still had to work for when he got home, because he ended up getting a yes, right? I would have never asked that, ever, because in my mind, I would have immediately thought, just like he did, there's no way they're going to move me up there. No way. Or when you go to a hotel and you're like, hey, I know I paid for this room, but you don't happen to have like a beach view room, do you? Available for the same price? Like, what's it going to hurt to ask? All they can tell you is no. And if they tell you no, fantastic. That's actually what I was looking for, right? We're just changing our mindset a little bit. This is something to remember too. And Amanda, when we were talking, I was thinking of this as well. If you genuinely believe, right? Exactly. You never know unless you ask. So if you genuinely believe in your product, in our business, in the comp plan, whatever it is that you're doing, if you genuinely believe in it and you genuinely think that it can benefit somebody else, you genuinely, authentically think that you can bring value to somebody else's life by one of our products or by this opportunity, right? It should be simple for you to share. You believe in it. You're not trying to sell someone poison. You're not trying to sell them a gimmick or a fraud. You could change the way people view our industry just by being genuine and authentic and sharing you. It's not going to come across salesy. It's not going to come across cheesy if you're being authentic to yourself and you're sharing what value you have gained from the opportunity or from our products, right? And I think that's going to be your sweet spot. And when you're sharing and when you're presenting, whatever it is you're going to be presenting, is just to be authentic. Be genuine to yourself. People are going to connect with you. They want to be with you. So just be true to yourself when you're going out there and sharing. Let's see. Make sure you're still building relationships. We talked a little bit about that. Okay, so this is it. We're almost done, you guys. So on ask and you shall receive. Jen, that was literally up here on my notes. It says, ask and you shall receive. See, we're on the same wavelength. Exactly. You're sharing value. So no can be at different stages. It can be at your first interaction if you're just reaching out to someone for the first time, or you can also count it as a no if you are following up with a customer. Excuse me. So let's say you had a customer purchase the new mascara a few weeks ago, and now it's time for you to follow up with them. You could follow up with them, ask them their favorite part about their new mascara, yada, yada, yada. And then ask them, are you needing to change your foundation? Are you needing to change your primer? Are you needing to change your moisturizer? Whatever the case may be, are you looking to try a new blah, 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 blah. You can get no's that way too. It doesn't just have to be a first interaction. And it doesn't only have to be in business. And we touched on this a little bit because Jen reads my mind and jumped ahead. The whole point of this training, you guys, is to build your confidence and getting no's and asking in non-threatening situations. And this is the example I wrote down when I did this training, when I made this training, which I've been working on for like weeks, you guys. My goal with Cooper, I already know in my head that this is going to be a no I'm going to try to get. And it's either going to be with mashed potatoes because he's a weirdo, or it's going to be with a vegetable. And I'm going to ask him to try the vegetable. Be like, hey, you don't want to try this vegetable that will help you grow strong like dad, do you? Or you don't want to try this vegetable that is going to make you essentially a ninja, because Cooper wants to take ninja classes. So I'm going to trick him. You want to try this vegetable that's going to really help you be a ninja, do you? Or make you the strongest in your ninja class, right? That's how many I'm going to get a no from him, okay? So the number of times you ask equals the number of times you try. Failure eventually turns into success. So the pennies, again, you guys, it's just visual. I just want you to have those pennies, feel the weight of those pennies, right? I want these no's that you're not getting to weigh on you. I want you to feel them, and I want you to try to get rid of them. I want you to try to lift the weight, lift the bricks off of your shoulders, and be free of these 20 pennies. And that's why I wanted pictures and you guys to hold them. I'm going to make a collage of everyone that sent me a picture with their 20 pennies for you guys to share all over the place and share what we're doing. Just share that we're working together to get rid of 20 pennies. And if someone's like, what do you mean? Where are you putting these pennies? Then message them and talk to them about it. Tell them about what we're doing. It's going to be a great, hopefully, my plan is for it to be a good conversation starter. Some ideas that you can get no's for as far as business goes would be product sales. So just talking about our products, obviously the opportunity. And then another idea I had was 30-minute messenger parties, because those are really great for our success in this business. So reaching out to people and asking them to throw 30-minute messenger parties for you. You could even message them and be like, hey, you don't want to earn a free product just by having this 30-minute messenger party, do you? Try to do it that way. Okay, so after this, I've got a whole setup. So after this, I'm going to be changing our cover photo on the team page. So I want these pennies to be constantly in your mind. I'm going to have a week 1 post, and with just like little details on it. I'm going to be doing an incentive every single week on these posts, okay? And this is not... You don't have to get all 20 to participate in the incentive. This is going to be based off of participation. Each time you message someone, whether it's yes or no, I want you to put it in the comments. Each time that you come up with a different wording, or that you think of something you're going to try to get a no for, I want you to put it in the comments. Each time you get a no, I want you to put it in the comments. Each time you get a yes, I want you to put it in the comments. As long as you are participating and you are commenting on this post, each comment will get you entered into whatever the incentive is going to be. No one won the Kate Spade bag, so that might even be our incentive for the first one. I don't know yet. And then next, I'm going to have a collaboration post that's going to stay up for the remainder of the month. And this is going to be where we can share wording, we can share graphics, we can share ideas that we're getting no's for. I want us to really come together as a team and work on this together. So if I come up with a wording that I think is going to work really well, I'm going to put it in the comments, and I want you guys to do the same. Now, if you are taking comments from this post, you need to also be sharing comments, okay? I want us to all work together. Don't just come in here and take. You got to put together something too for others to use as well. But that's it, you guys. I want to have fun. I want you guys to celebrate getting no's. I really want to change our mindset a little bit, to strive for those no's, to constantly be reaching out. This is not cold messaging. We are just reaching out, building relationships, you guys, and trying to get no's, okay? So change your mindset just a little bit. Really focus on getting those no's. I hope you guys are excited, as excited as I am, because I am pumped and I'm ready to do this. We're doing it at the beginning of the month, so we still have a ton of time to get 80 no's. Who's going to get more than 80? I don't know. I might try to get more. We'll see. But anyway, so I'm going to make these posts now. I'm going to post a link to the book in the week 1 post, so you guys will see that. And I'm ready. Get out there. Go strive. Get those no's. I hope you guys loved it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.